Hello, beautifuls. Happy Sunday. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in the world. I'm so excited to start this conversation, to get this workshop type event going, and to continue for the next couple weeks because this is an important issue. Embracing change in midlife. Embracing change and finding clarity on the new you in your midlife, right? Hey, so I am Paulette Rees-Denis. In case this is your first time here with me, I am your magic maker and your movement motivator, your transformational lifestyle coach. I work with creative women who need to step, who want to step, who get to step into their mid-career, their midlife, wanting some changes, right? Uh, who are feeling alone, who need support, who need some new tools, who have questions, fears, issues. This is what I do. I have worked with so many women around the globe for 40, 50 years now, helping them to step into their power, step into their beauty, step into their art, their new careers, starting their own businesses, regaining their confidence in themselves and re-loving themselves, loving their bodies. And so this is part of what this whole conversation is about. And so if you are stepping in with me today, please say hello in the chat box and where you're from. And as we continue this conversation, I love your participation. I love you to ask questions, to repost quotes, to ask, to share some comments about what's happening for you and what some of these topics mean to you and what you are desiring now. Because the thing is, as we step into this new middle age, which I think is usually somewhere in the 40s to the 70s, this midlife, this middle age, things are different. Our work is different, our bodies are different, our desires are different, our relationships are different, our health is different. And it's easy to fall back on being stuck, trying to relive some of the old desires, the old ways of being, the old stories. And sometimes those stories self-sabotage you. How many of you know what I'm talking about? Self-sabotage, where we actually stop ourselves from growth, from expansion, from exploring, from curiosity. Now, I love that word, curiosity. If you've been with me long enough, you'll know some of the aspects of how I work and what I teach. And I hope you have your journals with you, because I'm going to ask you some questions, and you can jot them down, you can write them now, you can work on them after the fact, you can share them this week in this beautiful page, Dance with Desire. I love this group. I love more participation, more sharing, more events. For us women, are creators. We are creatrixes. I love to say that word, where I am a creatrix. And I design my life the way I want it to be. And having acknowledged my changes as I've gotten older, my desires for work, for my desires for my creativity, there's definitely been times where I've lost myself. How many of you felt that? How many of you feel that now? You feel stuck. You feel lost. Because you're different. And, the media can intoxicate us with ways to be. Oh, we should be doing this. We should be taking these drugs so we can erase the wrinkles. We should be using these creams so we look younger. Well, I say fuck that. I love getting older because I love my new perspectives on life, on relationships, on the work that I do, on my creative aspects, and my purpose. What I'm here to do now is different than what I was here to do 10 years ago. It might have the same thread running through it. I love to work with you. I'm so curious too about what you're going through and how I can help. But I love your stories. However, if we hang on to the old stories, we're going to be stuck. So it's time to release the old stories and rewrite the new stories and embrace the change. So many times I hear people say, it sucks getting older. It's terrible to get older. I hate getting older. My knees hurt, my hips hurt, my shoulders hurt. Well, yes, our bodies change. But if you say those words, that's exactly how you're going to live. If you say, I hate getting older sucks, then getting older is going to suck. Because you are a magnet to your thoughts. Thoughts become words, become things. This is what I teach all the time with my clients. Thoughts become words, become things. Your words are so important in what you say to yourself and what you say to your friends and what you say to your colleagues and your children and your dog. Your brain doesn't know the difference. It hears those words. You become a magnet. So part of what I do is to help you rewrite your stories, use words of empowerment, and ask for what you truly desire as a woman, ready to step into more of her divine spirit. Because we have, over the centuries, put ourselves back. We've stepped away from our power. We've stepped away from our divinity and have allowed others to command us, to put us in a different place. And because we are heartfelt beings, we feel things, and it's our intrinsic nature to help, to share, to give. But to what expense? To putting ourselves on the back burner. I see this constantly. So many of my clients just are lost. They don't know what to do next, which is totally fine. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing weak about that. It's about questing for what's next for you. And you don't have to be alone. You don't have to do it alone. This is one of the most important parts of this, because how many of you think you're Wonder Woman? Because I know I did. And I worked my ass off 24/7 for a long time, even though I loved what I was doing. I then stepped into burnout. I stepped into confusion. I stepped into wanting to run away. And then I'd sit on the middle of the living room floor crying because I didn't know which way to turn. And we all go through this. It's natural. It's natural to question what's next. But if you lose touch with your inner self, your inner knowing, your intuitive guidance system, then there's a problem. So this workshop is not just about sharing information, though. It's about creating this community, because there's nothing like community. There's nothing like community support. There's nothing like a circle of creative women, like-minded women. You know, it can be all ages, all backgrounds. It's what I always teach through my dance. We come together in this collective. We join our hearts and our souls and our bodies together to create magic, to raise energy, to be seen and to be heard. So I'm hoping in this particular conversation, this lively conversation, to be continued every week, Tuesdays, 1 o'clock Eastern Time, 4 o'clock Pacific Time, and wherever that fits you on your calendar, always recorded. But I love your participation. I love you showing up. You can always private message me. But just to reiterate, in this midlife transition, we want to move with ease. We want to move with grace. We want to move with wildness and passion, with clarity, confidence, magic, gratitude, joy, purpose. Can you come up with any other words that you're thinking about? How do you want to move forward right now? And these are what your journals are for. How do you want to move forward? What do you want? How do you want to feel? That's like the most important question. How do you want to feel? Because if you're doing something that doesn't make you feel good, then it's time to question that thing. You know, I'm so curious. See, there's that word. About what you are wanting. And how you are wanting and needing and desiring how to cope, how to transition through these challenges and embrace your possibilities, to be a possibilitarian. And there's another word I use all the time. I love that word, to be a possibilitarian. Because you know what? You're not done. You just can't sit on the couch and be done. Not acceptable. If you're feeling tired, if you're feeling burnt out, and it's time for some extreme self-love. It's time for some support. It's time to create the change you wish to see, who you wish to be. Because there's so much more in this world to learn about, to be, to share, to teach, to give back, to participate, and make this world a better place. Make you living with more joy and fulfillment, because it's your right. You are worthy of these desires. Remember, we change. Water. So I have some questions for you, and I'd like you to write them down, okay? We won't have time right now to answer all of them, but I'd like you to do it on your own time, and then you can share in our group page. I love to read what you write. Wouldn't it feel great to find more time for yourself and release those stuck and frustrated feelings? Wouldn't it feel great to find more time for yourself and release those stuck and frustrated feelings? And my next question is, how empowering would it feel to not be so tired in all parts of your body, spiritually, emotionally, and physically? How empowering would it feel to not be so tired. Spiritually, emotionally, physically. I'll just breathe that in for a minute. I got another one. How joyful would it feel for you to find new things, new activities that were fun for you at this phase in your life? Because what was fun 20 years ago may not be fun today. And there might be new ideas of fun that you want to have today. And how joyful would that feel? To experience a new way of joy, a new way of fun. And then, how about having that heartfelt connection? How awesome would it feel to have that heartfelt connection again? Stepping into your new desires and feel more connection with yourself. I know I've gone through times in my life where I've lost my connection. I've gotten so busy, I've been answering to so many people, I've been traveling way too much, and lost that connection with myself. Not given myself the time to do the things that help me feel more connected. And one more thing I want to ask you is, how awesome would it feel to have time for yourself, your self-care, to not feel so frumpy, tuned up and toned up in your body? I see so many women stepping into this midlife age who have given up on their bodies. Yes, we get rounder, we go through menopause, before and after menopause. Maybe we've had babies or not. And not feeling so good in our bodies. We're not going to be that skinny 20-something. But how would it feel to be toned up, tuned up, strong in your body? I felt frumpy before I used that word, frumpy. It's like, oh man, I've let myself go again, or I haven't had time to do the things that feed me, that nourish me, that take care of my body. And yes, this is really important, to keep moving, to stay healthy, to stay at an even weight where you feel really good, where your bones don't hurt, your hips don't hurt, your knees don't hurt, your shoulders don't hurt. And those things are going to happen. Those things are going to happen. Arthritis might set in. There's things that you can do about that. Remember, food is medicine, but we're not going to talk about that right now. I'm a big proponent of eating healthy food. But I want you to think about how it would feel if you felt tuned up and toned up. These are important aspects of getting older. And important to not let yourself go, to stay vibrant, to stay active, stay full of life, to have fun, to be inspired and to inspire. Because there's a certain wisdom that also comes with age. all the aspects of womanhood, from the maiden to the mother to the crone. Now, maybe many of you aren't into the crone ages yet. And I know some of you don't even like that word, but I love it. I am in my crondom, and I love it. And I do have experience. I have life experience, lots of it. Having gone through all kinds of aspects in my life of opening businesses, closing businesses, traveling around the world, starting a mini empire, coaching women, writing books. I love life. I have a lot to offer. It's my purpose, is to offer wisdom, to share experiences, and help guide you into this beautiful next phase. Right, how are you feeling right now? How are you feeling? So we're going to talk more about this for the next couple weeks. And I love your questions. I love your participation. I'd love to know what's going on. So I have some more questions for you. Of course I do. And I'm going to give you a couple sage words of advice. So what values do you hold close to you now? What values are important to you now as you've gotten older? Because they could be different. So I'll give you an example of me. Maintaining a deeper spiritual connection. Everyday non-negotiables. So that I can live to my fullest and also better serve you, better live my purpose. For example, I have to get up and run every morning outside. And I take my Rosie dog with me. I want to breathe in the air. I want to be in nature. And I call this a beauty walk, so I can look around and connect with the earth. Listen to the birds, listen to what's happening, and deep breathing, and step into more gratitude daily, so I can move forward through my day with success. Another value of mine is being an animal activist. I'm vegan. I believe in ahimsa, which is no harm to any living creature. It's also about eating really healthy, taking care and nourishing my body. I believe in creating everyday magic for myself and my life and my work. I believe in maintaining a strong and healthy body. And that means going to the gym or going out for a run, doing yoga. I teach yoga, I teach dance, lifting weights, whatever's calling to me at that particular time, whatever my practice is. And all through this is honoring my own feminine spirit, my own feminine presence, my essence. And being present in the moment. I want you to think about that. What values do you hold close now? All right. So I'm going to share a couple other things with you. I want you to think about this question too, since this is a group called Dance with Desire. And dance means any way of moving through your world. There are many professional dancers in this group. There's semi-professional dancers. There are hobby dancers. There's women who would love to dance. But I also think of dancing through life. How do you move through life? So, what is desire? Well, it's a strong feeling of wanting something. of coveting, of craving. Oh, there's a good word. Craving. Of wishing for something to happen, something to have, something to be. So what are you desiring? One thing that would be really fun for you to do now is make a new bucket list of desires. Again, this is going to be different than it was 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 20 years ago. What are some of the things you desire for now? And then the biggest question of all is you need to know why. Why do you want it? And that can go many levels deep. I can hit you up with that. I can hit you up with that. What are you thinking? What are you wanting? What's the outcome? And then going deeper is what's your purpose? So this is what I call making your map, your magic action plan. Many of you have done this work with me before. You've taken my workshops on creating a map. It's in my book, From Soulless to Creative Abundance. My latest book. They're all available on Amazon. You can just Google me. Check it out. It's also on my website. But I want you to think about creating a magic action plan for yourself every day. And that means listing your action steps. What is the outcome of those action steps? And then really, what is your why? What is your purpose? So for instance, I use this example all the time, but this is really simple. One of my action steps today is to go to the grocery store. And the outcome is to have food in my refrigerator or to feed my family. What's the purpose? It's nourishment. Having, in my particular case, I buy beautiful, healthy, organic, whole foods. I love to cook. And I love to nourish my body because it makes me feel good. It makes me feel strong. It makes me feel fit. So that's just a simple idea of making this map. So what is it you want to do today? What's the outcome? And what's the reason? What's the purpose for you? What's your deeper connection, your spiritual connection, your feel-good connection? All right? Big questions. I want you to do this every morning. Now, I also have a morning clarity ritual, which I'm going to share with you later this week. But there's beautiful things to do every morning when you get up to really set yourself up for success. Besides making this map, to re-establish that inner connection with yourself. Now, again, are you feeling like you've lost that connection as you've gotten older? You put people in front of you, you say yes to everybody, you say no to yourself, you don't take time for self-care. So many things. You're feeling stuck, you hate your job, you want to start your own business. What are the things? When you start taking that daily care of yourself to get unstuck, to step into your power, to step into your divine feminine spirit, your glory, your essence of what you're about, truly about at this phase in life, and how you can own it, how you can feel so good and feel empowered and feel divine. honoring yourself. This is juicy stuff, my friends. Okay, we're good. We're good. Lots of questions for you to think about as we step into these conversations. I can't wait to see you on Tuesday. But if you can share anything with me in the Facebook group or private message me, I want to offer you, again, a free consult with me. It's called Finding, oh, excuse my dog barking, Finding Your New Voice. It's a 30-minute phone call with me to see if coaching with me is what's next for you. I have outside activity going on right now, so pardon that dog barking and the door slamming. So I would love to offer that consult with you and give you a strategy session on what could be next for you. I love having these conversations. I'll put the link in here. It's also on my website. This free strategy session with me. Oh, it's so good to see what's next for you. Please, please, please make a schedule with me so we can have that conversation. And the other thing that's coming up is Costa Rica. So I love leading women's retreats. Small, intimate circles of creative women adventuring out to find some peace, to find some relaxation, to step into curiosity with journaling, movement, outdoor activities in gorgeous, exotic settings with healthy, nourishing food. And that's just a little bit about it. It's November 7th through the 11th. It's also on my website, but there's a lot more information coming. And we're having a July special with $500 off. So I'll put that in the post too as well. I'd love to have you join that. And in the meantime, my beautiful friend, you glorious, divine woman, I want to encourage you to step into your wildness, your divinity, your feminine essence. Embrace this time in your life. Step into these changes. And rewrite your story on how you want it to be, how you want to feel. It's very exciting. Very exciting. I am here to support you. I am here to help guide you. I have more tools for you. We'll continue this conversation. In the meantime, have a blessed rest of your Sunday or Monday, wherever you are in the world. I'll see you Tuesday, right here, 1 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Pacific, for another lively conversation as we continue on with this topic. Thank you for being here. Love you.